in public by anyone. Did you start recording? Okay.
I did.
Just so everyone knows, I just got coffee at 5 o'clock when I left work because I had to come home and write my notes for the Full Metal Alchemist episode you're going to hear in like 2 weeks. And it was very intense, and I needed a little pick-me-up. Bridget sent me a Starbucks gift card. You know what? I'm gonna treat myself. I'm gonna go get a white chocolate mocha and be happy. And so I went and got it. I got the biggest one you can get. And when I picked it up, my barista was like, "Hey, are you sure you should be drinking this much coffee this late in the day?"
So rude. Meanwhile, I went to Starbucks at like 6:45 before we recorded, and my barista and I talked for about 20 minutes about anime, about Demon Slayer, about Full Metal, about My Hero. So, I'm burping. Maybe I shouldn't have had that much coffee. But, so, my barista was the exact opposite, and I hope she's going to listen to this podcast. Even though she hates Toshi, my All Might love, and she doesn't really like Inosuke, she really loves Zenitsu, and I was like, oh, he'd get along with Lauren.
What is wrong with that? I love Zenitsu. He's ridiculous, and he's super fun.
She also loved Kaminari, so we bonded over that. I was like,
I just started writing Kaminari for the first time, and he's probably my new favorite character to write. I like being in his brain.
Love me some dumb Pikachu
He's so
boy.
Sweet. That's all his personality is. It's just sweet boy. He's such a sweet, stupid idiot.
Sweet dumb boy. It's very much like Todoroki.
Except Todoroki just
has more family trauma.
Like, straight up idiot.
I was arguing with my friend Max today. He was like, is he a himbo? I think he's smart. I was like, let me show you 5 examples of how this sweet child is so dumb. And so I sent that clip from the last episode of this past season where he's like, words can't change the food. And Minetta's like, ew! How can someone so popular with the ladies be so dull?
But is he a himbo? Because himbos are like buff boys. They're buff, obnoxious boys.
I think with his quirk, he could be considered a buff boy. I don't think his
personality is himbo, though. Because when I think himbo, I think
he's
of Kirishima. Kirishima's a himbo to the T.
Kirishima's not a buff
himbo,
boy,
though, because of his personality.
I think Todoroki's a himbo because
Can we have a poll?
Dumb
Can we have a poll over who's more himbo, Kirishima or Todoroki?
I'll put it on Instagram tonight, and then I guess this episode will come out this Thursday.
Oh yeah,
because
this is an extra.
Hi, I'm Bridget.
Hey,
this is Lauren.
We're talking about
This is a bonus episode about My Hero Academia World Heroes missions.
Our bad. Welcome to the banter. Please continue this conversation because I'm invested.
So go look at our Instagram. We're gonna put up a poll: who's more himbo, Todoroki or Kirishima?
Give you an example of the world's most perfect anime himbo, but you don't know who that is, and I'm upset. So we need to get to watch Haiku. His name is Bokudo.
Who is it?
And he is the most himbo character to ever live in the entire universe.
Okay, but who's the most himbo in My Hero, though?
Because I think All Might, like, not Toshinori, but All Might.
All Might, All Might, straight up. Like, I think of when, like, Izuku's, like, swim training in the first few episodes, and he's on the beach, like, and the girls are like,
Straight up. Like, All Might, not Toshi, but All Might is himbo. He's a himbo.
All Might is straight up himbo.
Because he'll flex at you while he's respecting you. And you have to love that.
And we're in a dangerous zone for me to be talking about.
Okay, we won't. We'll stop.
I'm still waiting for my All Might zine that I ordered to come in with stickers, and it's got all Smite drawings in it.
I was this close to buying it, but I'm too poor to spend $45 on that magazine. Too poor.
No, Lord, nobody needs to know how much I should spend on this.
Everybody, it was $45. But there were stickers and other fun things involved.
There are 2 prints. And there are 2 prints. I think there might be like a keychain or something. I don't know. I'm just really excited for it.
I know.
I just had to take a drink of coffee to cool myself down. It's hot coffee, though, so it's not working.
An Inko Toshi fic, possibly, question mark. I've only written, like, 3 pages of it, but I'm very interested to see where it goes. It's an All Might's actually Izuku's dad fic, so we'll
love
see.
that.
Like,
I love that canon.
it's also
that's my head canon.
a little cheaty because she definitely cheats on her husband, but he's so it's okay.
When you Lauren,
Kids, he's it's okay.
stop! I have to edit that
I know.
twice. It's such a pain to have to split the audio, dog in audio, lower your audio, fix my audio.
You're welcome.
One day we'll have an Eva, and I don't have to worry about that anymore.
And then I can curse all I want, and someone else will have to deal with it. It's great.
No.
Oh, look at the story of all of our friends having fun without us. I'm fine.
It's not like they're going to listen to this podcast to know that we're sad because they left us out. Oh! It's going to be awkward at Friendsgiving if they do happen to listen to it.
Though? I don't think they will. They're not very anime people. I love them, but they're not. And also they didn't listen to my movie podcast, so...
I listen to it every Monday.
I know, because you're the real one, G. That's why
I listen to it every Monday.
Together.
Sent you a really long email when I was listening. And it was always on the way home, after unwinding after Trivia Dome. Was like, oh, it's Monday night. Let's listen to Lauren.
You know, Shane might listen to it eventually.
I think Connor listens to us. I think because Connor texted me, oh, it's Lauren.
Does.
He goes, Lauren's Sleepy Time podcasting.
He apologized to me about when Harry met Sally, and he promised me he'd watch it with me. He was like, wait, where's my phone? I have to read you this text, because I thought it was just so out of the blue, it's so funny. And
I was talking to him this week, he goes, oh, Lauren's Sleepy Time podcasting again. I was like, we're both exhausted trying to fit this in. Because I really hope y'all get some sleep. I was like, you listen!
Hold on. What did he say? It was hilarious. Your continued anger towards me in regards to when Harry met Sally incident is extremely justified. That was
such a Connor text.
And I was like, okay. And so I told him it's not exactly anger, more like extreme frustration that you missed out on something you probably would have really liked. And he said, well,
it's such a good movie.
Not that it makes it any better, but my anger towards me is less on missing a movie and more on gaslighting one of my best friends for over an hour. Which did suck. Which did suck when I yelled at him after. I remember that so violently. I was like, are you kidding me? I almost quit the podcast right there. Just out of I'm a Leo, everybody, so my anger goes through the roof really fast. If I'm mad
a Virgo.
At you, I am mad at you. I just want to destroy you as a person.
I'm a Virgo. I have all the emotions all the time. I'm so sorry for my friends.
Did you know Will's a triple Virgo?
Oh.
He's a Virgo sun, Virgo moon, and a Virgo rising.
I can never remember what my other stuff is, but I'm a...
Oh! Will started listening to our podcast this week. He's watching Full Metal to catch up. He said that your impression of Nina Tucker will scar him forever.
That's my favorite review yet!
Oh, but it's
I don't even know if I can do that impression anymore because... Oh my god.
He's also watching it on YouTube, and he thinks it's so funny that you made such a stink about your zit, and then when you go to show your zit, no one saw it because you messed up the video. That's just my face going, oh, big zit.
It's the one week that I forgot to split screen, and then I was like, I'm not going back and redoing this.
Oh, so
I know.
funny.
Look, you can still see a scar. It ended up actually being a hive from anxiety, so it's got a permanent circle around it from where it swelled up.
I love that.
So it looks like I have a bullseye on my head, and I don't know if this is ever going to go away. I put Mederma on it every day, and I'm like, cool.
Something is deeply wrong with me that all I thought it was run like the wind, bullseye, which is wrong. Your face can't run like the wind. I love Toy Story 2. I'm sorry.
It tried this weekend.
It did.
It tried this week. I did a 10K this weekend. I
saw that.
Still hurting.
I saw that. Good for
And
you.
then I went to Orange Theory afterwards because I was like, well, I forgot to unsubscribe to this class, and so I didn't want to pay $12. My coach Dante is really good though, and he made sure I didn't like strain myself out, and he just put me on the cycle to keep my legs warm. But I mean, I woke up the next day and like couldn't move my hips. I was like, I can't get up from the chair. I have to do it again in February. I have to. I'm doing Disney races, virtual Disney races, because they have pretty medals and pretty shirts, and that's apparently enough of an incentive to me to. I hate running. I hate running so much, but I've done
worse for cute clothes,
and I pay for them too. I'm like,
yeah.
I've done 4 5Ks now, and so then the 5K medal for this race was the Evil Queen from Snow White, and I was like, I didn't really want that. But the 10K medal was Nightmare Before Christmas, Oogie Boogie, and Jack Skellington, and I was like, so that's why I signed up for this 10K.
That's pretty cool.
And then the next one in February, the 5K was Cinderella. I don't like Cinderella, but the 10K was Tiana, and I was like, great. I guess I've upgraded to 10Ks.
Cinderella has one of the best songs.
Yeah, but she's just so
ever.
So
This Is Love is a bop.
So This Is Love
she
is
didn't draw herself.
So This Is Love.
No, it's not.
I think. Are you sure?
That's Cinderella, boo. I'm looking it up right now because I'm not completely positive, but I
know
am
Once Upon a
Dream
Dream is Sleeping Beauty, but I thought So This Is Love is also
Bubbles. Yeah, it's Cinderella. Yeah, because I remember, like, whenever she's singing it, she's dancing with the bubbles all around. Oh, sorry. She's dancing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. My brain.
Dancing with the bubbles.
I know.
All around. Oh, sorry.
I was like, so this is love. So this is the night, the most
that
beautiful.
Just, like,
that's what my brain
like,
does. Like, hold up.
That just, like, slap you. Like, what is that?
Lady and the Tramp, eating spaghetti, adorable. So sweet.
So
well,
sweet.
I'm
So
glad
sweet.
to know that Connor, like, secretly listens to the show.
Hopefully.
I hope I haven't said anything, like, embarrassing.
I wonder if he's watching the show or if he's just listening out of guilt for gaslighting
Oh, I need to ask him to borrow Godzilla stuff. I was talking to him about Godzilla. Apparently he's a big Godzilla fan. I was just like, I just thought this artwork was cute, and I know nothing else other than the new Godzilla movies.
He sent me this really amazing poster of 2001: A Space Odyssey. Okay, for anyone that doesn't know, this is my third podcast. The first two did not do well. And the first one I did was called Before and After a Space Odyssey. I did it with Connor.
Gaslight you out of friendship.
He didn't gaslight me in that one, though, so that's cool.
Out of friendship.
Out of friendship. To spare my feelings, and also because he doesn't sleep ever, so he was tired. And he sent me this amazing, like, crazy colored poster of 2001: A Space Odyssey, and I'm gonna go get it framed because Ian moved out of the back room. So I'm gonna set up a little. Yeah, we're not gonna talk about it. It's live.
Maybe if we get Patreon, so you can hear our teeth. You mean our daddies of the week, our anime babes?
That would be a lot.
You agreed to this before we started recording!
I know, but
we were thinking instead of, like, listeners of the week, we'd have daddies of the week because we were comparing notes and we have so many daddies in this show. And then
and we're going to call all of you our Anna
and
babes.
Our future
and it's
Patreons maybe will be our Anna babes. Mwah! We love you, Anna babes.
But yeah, I'm gonna frame.
Connor's giving me
that'll be good.
2 Baby
Then I have to move all my crap.
prints, and I am obsessed. They're like the only things I have framed on my wall. That and the Mad Max Mike Mitchell thing that I stole from Shane like 3 times, and then gifted it back to him on his birthday, and then eventually was just like, "No, this is mine now."
Well, I mean, he gave it back to you, so obviously it's cool.
I know he didn't give it back to me.
Shane
he left
should
it
listen
at
to this
North.
podcast because he would. He would really like Full Metal Alchemist. I really
That's
think
what I
that.
told him.
But he doesn't take any of my recommendations. He just watches what Will's watching it. Maybe Will tell him.
That's our secret way in. We'll just get Will to tell him whatever we want him to watch. Also, maybe he shouldn't listen to this because then he'll know our secret.
Our secret?
Our secret of how we get him to do things. We just tell Will to tell him.
Oh. I can do it anyway. The romance is strong.
It's true.
Whatever.
It's true.
And then they'll all go to Worst Fest without us, and
you know,
just sit here and record
Will kind of reminds me of Armstrong.
That makes my heart so happy.
I was like, their personalities are super similar. I feel like Will's Armstrong.
Oh, that's so nice. I need to let Will fall in love with Armstrong before I tell him that, because Armstrong's kind of weird, and I don't want him to be like, okay.
He's my sparkly buff boy. I love him.
But Will's on episode 11. It's a very different spot for Armstrong than where we are at with Armstrong.
Is that when Armstrong's in Risen Bowl with them?
I think they're about to go there.
Because that's when we get to see Softy Armstrong. And now we get to see why Armstrong's a softy, and it's just like... We're like spoiling next week's podcast.
Anyway.
Okay, hey, this episode's about My Hero Academia.
I'm gonna be real honest with you. I did not take any notes or write down any voice actors because I thought this was gonna be just like a real quick little.
Well,
hey,
don't you worry.
Is how I feel.
I'm a Virgo, so I am a perfectionist, and I spent 2 hours on a mini-sode notes, which we're already 16 minutes into. So I did almost all of the main Japanese and English voice actors. There's a point where I ran out of time and I was really tired of typing, so sorry, Clairvoyance and Salam. Sorry, Papyrus, dude. I just got so tired at the end, and I was like, they have like 3 lines.
I actually watched this in dub. I know that I said I was going to watch everything in sub, but I watched it with friends, and they wanted to watch the dub, so we watched the dub.
I watched dub.
And I don't care. The My Hero dubcast is great. I love them. I love the voice of Izuku so much in the dub. And in the sub, it weirds me out a little bit. Because he gets like
Justin
really
Briner?
Yes.
So,
yes, I do.
A little bit about the movie. And also, forewarning, if you haven't seen this movie, there is spoilers. Don't listen. Also, if you're not caught up on the season...
Don't listen.
Could have spoilers, and I'm gonna try not to spoil the manga because we're a little far in.
We're not gonna talk about the manga at all.
Just know it's a little risky because I'm gonna allude to some things, but I'm not gonna say what they are. Cool. Okay, so the runtime of the movie was 1 hour and 44 minutes. Here's the Funimation description from their official website, because Funimation is who distributed it in the United States. When a sinister organization threatens to wipe out all superhuman powers, the fate of the world is on the line. With 2 hours until the collapse of civilization, Deku, Bakugo, and Todoroki manage to work as a team, but there's still one problem. Deku's on the run for murder.
Why did they say Deku, but then Bakugo and Todoroki? Why couldn't they say Midoriya? That really bothers me.
Or Zuko.
Yeah.
Really also, Bakugo was also credited as Dynamite.
Spoiler! Spoiler! We are nowhere near that right now in the show.
Nope.
That's messed up. Funimation?
It wasn't on all sites. It wasn't on the Funimation site. But if you look at the credits, it does say Katsuki Bakugo Dynamite.
I would also like to take this moment to shout out my friend Amanda White, who will never listen to this, but she spoiled the Dynamite name reveal for me on accident because she loves BTS, and someone made a BTS meme about Dynamite and Bakugo. And I was like, what is this?
Oh, no.
And Dana was like, no, Lauren, no, because it was in a group chat, and she knows how much I hate spoilers. And she was like, no, don't click any links unless they're me approved. Don't do it.
Oh, no.
And I did.
Let me bet this.
I clicked it. And I was,
Lauren, no.
I lost it. I felt so bad because I know I made Amanda feel bad, but I was just like, I was so mad. And I was so hoping fandom had given Bakugo a hero name, Ground Zero, and I loved the name Ground Zero.
It's a
It was
great
so
name,
good,
yeah.
and I was so disappointed, and and I'll never know.
Other than murder, kill god, or whatever
Lord
it was.
Explosion Murder. Or King.
Oh,
there was
sorry.
also King Explosion Murder God. But I'm just. I'll never know if I'm disappointed because of the name or because of the way I found out the name. But I am really proud that he... Well, no, that's the manga. We're not going into that. I'm sorry.
Nope. Sorry. Censored. Beep. Alright. So, the director of this movie was Kenji Nagasaki. Screenplay was by Yosuke Kuroda. And the music is the guy who's done the last two movies, Yuki Hayashi.
Why are you so much better at
Japanese
names than I am?
So much better. I'm just, saying it confidently, and I don't know if it's right. Animation production was by Bones, and they're the same people who do Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Bones.
Aren't you proud of me? I looked that up, Lauren.
I am really proud of you.
I just how would Lauren do these notes?
I'm having a really good time just sitting back and listening. I'm like, yeah, let's do that.
I even color-coded some of these.
Oh, I'm so
proud. Okay, here's some general info about the movie. Yuki Hayashi returned from My Hero Academia TV series and its previous two films to compose the My Hero Academia World Heroes mission. The film's main theme is called Empathy. It's by Asian Kung Fu Generation. The band also performed the insert song titled Flowers in the middle of the movie. That's during our gay montage that we're obsessed with. We'll get into that in a second. Yeah. And the film's original soundtrack was released on August 6, 2021, which is over 2 months from when the movie was going to premiere, which is kind of crazy, because the titles are a little spoilery.
Well, was it already out?
Not that it really matters.
Because it's been out in Japan for a while.
No. I don't think it was.
Okay.
I did not write that down, though. Alright, booking for this film was a little weird. This is my own note because I was asking about this. We had to book it as an event booking, so we could never get a full print of the movie. So I know that would lose the film money, because if we did a full print, it would have sold out every showtime, but we could only do one showtime a day because it was event booking. Interesting. So, less money, but that doesn't really hurt it, because it made quite a bit of money. We'll talk about that in a second. The film was first hinted at in November 2020 when the official Twitter accounts teased visuals that spelled "He will meet the Three Musketeers." Also, this ticks me off now. After watching the movie, I'm like, what was all that for? In all caps, when put together. In the first episode of the 5th season, it also revealed that the film would be produced by Bones, with direction from Kenji Nagasaki, scripts by Yosuke Kuroda, and character designs by Yoshihiko.
You got this. You're doing so good.
Yoshihiko Umakoshi.
That was good.
Oof. Thank you. There was an extra syllable I kept trying to skip over. So let's break down this Three Musketeers thing, because I was really excited when we saw them in these cool new suits, and it was he will meet the Three Musketeers. Guess what? He only meets one of them, and they're never in that cool suit.
They wore that suit for exactly 3 minutes of the movie, and then they never come back.
They jump out of a plane in those suits, and then they land in their normal outfits, and I'm like, where did the suits go? Why aren't you wearing them?
They only needed to be invisible in the sky. That's why I wore it like that.
Wouldn't it have been nice if Izuku was invisible before he was pinned for murder?
No, that's too easy. Too easy. Okay, are we talking about the movie now, or do you have more notes? Because I'm gonna...
I have more notes.
Okay,
I have more notes. Let me...
Go ahead, because I'm about to explode.
Okay, well, I'm almost there. A special bonus manga by Horikoshi titled My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission Volume W Specialty Manga Booklet was given to the first 1 million people to see the film in Japanese theaters. It was also given to the people who saw the film in American theaters while supplies lasted. I put that in there myself.
I have one. You got one, right?
I have 5. Oops. I've gone to 3 different theaters and picked them up at the front.
You deprived so many people of a manga.
Sorry, Santika. Sorry, Draft House. And sorry, Evo. I have taken one from all of your locations.
You're so mean. So mean.
Ooh, I got one for my brother, and then mine had a crease in it, so I needed a different one.
Yeah, but then you got... okay, whatever.
A novel adaptation of the film by Anri Takahashi, released on the same day as the Japanese theatrical release. The movie will be released on Blu-ray and DVD on February 16th in Japan. We don't really have a date for the US release, though. As of November 7th, 2021, My Hero Academia World Heroes missions grossed about $29.3 million in Japan and $10.4 million in other territories for a worldwide total of $39.7 million. It's really good for pandemic times. Normally, it would probably be in the 100 millions, but I mean, like, Eternals opened with 9 million, and that was really good this weekend. Pandemic box office numbers are so weird right now. Please go support your local theater. Reviews and ratings. On Rotten Tomatoes, the film holds an approval rating of 84% based on 19 reviews by official critics, but sits at a 95% with audience score with over 1,000 verified ratings. Lauren and I's rating is a little different. With an average of 7 out of 10 on Metacritic, the film has a weighted average score of 51 out of 100 based on 4 critics indicating mixed or average reviews. That's more like it. Richard Eisenbeiss of Anime News Network graded the film a C+, praising its animation and plot hook while criticizing the characters and their development. That's true.
The animation?
Writing for...
Shut your mouth. Oh my god. No.
Oh, don't worry, there's more. Writing for film, the Dash film that, like Reddit forum, Caroline Cow felt that the film was solid enough in its watchability, crowd-pleasing action, sight gags, and core relationship, but criticized its lack of scope. Despite noting Deku's shiny relationship with Rhodey, she found that the film did little overtly novel with Deku's drive to become a hero. Yeah. Maya Phillips of the New York Times was critical of the film, particularly its rapid cuts and camera shifts that make it dizzying to witness. Thank you, Maya.
Agreed.
Yes. The characters being ignored for the sake of a formulaic plot and forgettable antagonist. In the final fight, she described as long and perfunctory. I don't even know what that word means. She felt that the film was a missable third film of the franchise and had little to offer veteran fans of the series or new viewers. I agree with that one the most. Raphael Modemeyer of IGN gave My Hero Academia World Heroes mission an 8 out of 10, praising its visuals. What the heck? Out Marvels the Marvel Cinematic Universe. What? And the villain's motives that he noted were inspired by the graphic novel X-Men, God Loves, Man Kills. He felt that the film captures the heart of early Stan Lee and Steve Ditko Spider-Man comics. Particularly the grounded approach to Deku with his newfound power and its sheer optimism.
Okay, just because he moves like Spider-Man doesn't mean that's anywhere near anything Spider-Man. Anyway.
I could see some of the X-Men storyline, but
yeah.
we're really pushing it there. Hayes Madsen of ComingSoon.net also gave the film an 8 out of 10, noting the bigger emphasis on exaggerated expressions for characters and action scenes. I didn't see that. He praised its sense of scale and gravitas that the past 2 films simply didn't have. What?
Okay.
That's wrong. I mean, the second movie, can we just even talk about the song for it? I can still sob when I hear it playing in my head.
Finish this so we can talk.
Due to the expanding world of the franchise, but felt that the villain's development was lacking. What development? Okay, so what I can do is... Do you want me to read a more detailed plot and then go over some voice actors, or do voice actors and then read the detailed plot and then let's jump into our opinions?
Yeah,
I say voice actors then detail. Okay, here we go. Izuku Midoriya, also known as Deku, Japanese voice actor Daiki Yamashita. He plays Zeke in Attack on Titan, Jun in Sword Art Online, Narancia Churga in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Yoshiro in Demon Slayer. English voice actor Justin Briner, Luck in Black Clover, Sho Kusakabe, and Fire Force, young Grisha Yeager in Attack on Titan. Oof. And who likes Grisha Yeager?
Wife,
not me. Katsuki Bakugo. Wives, multiple.
Maybe one of his children at
the
some
Japanese.
Point.
They're all dead Titans now. Anyway, spoiler to Attack on Titan. So sorry. Grisha's wives. They're both
Oh, I thought you were talking
titans.
about his children.
We've seen
And I
this.
was like, excuse you.
No.
I am not that far. How dare you?
His wife. I was like, Lauren, we see you. I know you're at that point at least. Okay. Katsuki Bakugo.
It's Katsuki.
Dynamite. Katsuki. What? Katsuki?
Well, I think it's Katsuki.
All right. Katsuki.
It's a
Katsuki?
weird. Sorry,
All right.
continue.
Anyway, Japanese voice actor Nobuhiko
Or
Okamoto.
Nishinoya in Haiku.
So
sorry, I love Nishinoya so much.
Yes, thank you. You Nishinoya and Haiku. Good, because I was not sure how to say it. Kai, Jaguar, and Beastars. Rio Kurokiba in Food Wars.
What?
Betty
Shut your mouth.
Loga. Yeah.
I love Food Wars. I'm sorry. Continue.
Betty Loga, and Is It Wrong to Try and Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? I only put that in there because you told me that was an anime one time, and I laughed so hard at that title. So anytime I saw that, I put it in
respect
there.
it.
Woo! So next, my beautiful himbo Shoto Todoroki,
Okay.
which we'll have the audience vote.
I think you're just a beautiful idiot. That's fine. Continue.
Japanese voice actor Yuki Kaji. He is Eren Yeager in Attack on Titan. Pina in Beastars. Kinma
Kozume. He's literally on my jacket.
Kozume?
Right now. Like, I love Kinma.
In Haikyuu. There you go.
I love Kinma.
Terunori Kuga in Food
Shut
Wars.
up. Oh my gosh.
I'm so happy that I'm surprising you with this. What are the tables have turned right now?
My reactions are so much better than yours.
I know, because you actually know these people, so this makes you so much happier. Maybe I should do voice actors so that you actually know what I'm saying. Okay. Sonic and Punch Man, Sabito and Demon Slayer. Koichi Hiros in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Koichi?
Koichi? K-O-I-C-H-I.
I don't remember his.
H-I-R-O-S-E.
What season of JoJo? Did you say? Okay,
I have no idea.
Because all of the JoJos have different names.
Well.
I feel like Koichi is in Stardust Crusaders, but I think I'm wrong.
Send us an email.
I'll just ask Michael.
At
Michael will
Gateway know. Anime Podcast. Yeah, that too. If Michael would listen. English voice actor David Montranga. He's Bertholt in Attack on Titan. He spells /Zanis Lustra, and Is It Wrong to Try and Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon?
It is. That's the secret.
He's Kyoto in Black Clover. They're like all in Black Clover.
Black Clover is that's one of the big three, boy. Everyone's in Black Clover.
Yeah, apparently. That and Fairy Tale, and there's one more that I can't remember.
Everyone's in freaking One Piece.
There is a lot
Everyone
in
in
One
Full
Piece,
Metal Alchemist
but
is
not
in One
everybody.
Piece and Dragon Ball Z. That's what I've learned.
And everybody's in JoJo also. That's what I found. JoJo and Jujutsu Kaisen. There's so many
seasons of JoJo that it's impossible to not be in JoJo.
Is that why? Okay. And then there are also Yutaro Kindaichi in Haikyuu.
He has an onion head.
So that's Todoroki.
Yeah, they call him onion head.
Okay. Rhodey Soul. So Rhodey
doesn't have anything.
Is like a relatively new. Yeah, he's relatively new. So, Japanese voice actor Ryo Yoshizawa, Majiro Sano in Tokyo Revengers, and Yuru Ishida in Bleach.
Wait, Ryu?
English voice actor. Yeah. U-R-Y-U triangle hat.
Wait. Spell it for me.
U-R-Y, and then U with the triangle hat on top.
Bleach.
Ishida.
Let me see who this is, because I used to love Bleach. It's been a long time, though.
I have a few Bleach people in here, too.
I hated this guy.
Well, that's Rhodey.
He sucked. He sucked so much. I hated him so much. I bet I would like him a lot now, though, because that's kind of the character I tend to go for.
Let me cheer you up, because Rhodey's English voice actor is Ryan Colt Levy, and the only really big thing I noticed was Squallow in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Do you know what season? 'Cause I don't think I've met them yet. I love JoJo, but I'm only in Stardust Crusaders. That's season 3.
I don't know. Squallow. Anyway.
Well, that does make me.
Pino! We love Pino.
You know that something is good about a movie when it makes me like a bird? Because I hate birds.
A bird! And
I hate birds. You don't know this about me? One time when I was a teenager.
We went to the zoo together.
Yeah,
How did I not know
told you
this?
every time we passed a bird, I hate birds. So when I was a child, and I don't mean when I was a child, when I was like 16 or 17, I was in a drive-thru at Chick-fil-A, ironically, and a freaking crackle flew into my open car window and refused to get out of the car. So I was out of the car screaming.
What a nightmare!
Trying to get this bird out of my car. And then after it got out of my car, it chased me back into my car and tried to like attack me as I was rolling up the window. And I hate birds.
Grackles, remember, that's what they always talk about. What did you do to
Nothing. I did nothing to this bird except say, get the heck out of my car. Like, what are you? It was terrifying. And it like,
that is terrifying!
When it flew in too, like straight in the face. It didn't hurt me or anything.
No,
but
ma'am.
Like, it was very shocking, and I like threw it off of me into the passenger seat, which it refused to.
I don't
get
like
out.
that.
Birds
I don't
are
like
evil
that.
and horrible, and I hate.
I don't like that.
But I did love Pino, so that's the moral of this story. You get anything from this movie? Pino was awesome.
Pino is amazing, but Lauren is bad luck. Oh my gosh! This is such a traumatizing story!
I know! I hate birds! And they hate me! Dana has seen a bird chase me across a parking lot before. Birds?
I think Dana's seen you in a lot of situations.
She has. She really has. We lived together though, so like once you live with someone, you just know way too much.
My favorite memory is still being flipped over upside down in your bathtub because you're rinsing hair dye out of my hair, and Dana's sitting on the toilet. We're all three just having a conversation, and she's eating SpaghettiOs. We're all just in the bathroom dyeing my hair.
It was a good time.
I was like, this is a good bonding moment.
That was also the day where I was like, hey, have you heard of my favorite band, the Oh Hellos? And you were like, oh yeah, I managed them in college. I was like, no, you didn't.
I was like, yeah, that's like my best friend, Maggie. We lived together. That was really funny. I was like, oh, this is awkward.
Strange coincidence.
I gave you an original shirt. You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. You did miss my wedding for it, but I forgave you, so.
I dyed that shirt that hundreds of people across the country have. And from my apartment washing machine that is probably still dyed indigo.
Probably.
But it's great.
Probably. You know you're not supposed to dye things in your washing machine. You're supposed to do it in a bucket. I was in a college. I know.
Also dyed my roommate's bathtub when she was out of town. Whoops. So
Pino.
Japanese voice actor Megumi Hayashibara.
There you go.
She was Paprika in Paprika. She is Rei Ayanami in Neon Genesis. Musashi / Pikachu 2 in Pokemon the first movie. The 1998 one. Dude. I'm so excited to write that. She's still Musashi in all Pokemon things, and I was like, that's cool. Kyoku Yuki in Sword Art Online.
Oh!
Sword Art Online. There we go.
Is Kyoku the main guy?
Don't ask me.
Hold on.
I was like, yeah. Also, I've learned when listening to our podcast for last week's episode, I don't enunciate enough, and so every time I say ship, it does not sound like ship.
I know.
I'm gonna really enunciate that now. That sounded... Right.
No, that is not the main character. I'm a liar. His name is like... It starts with the K. It's like Kiro or something. I haven't watched Sword Art in a long time, and it's bad. So if you like it, sorry, but you suck. Continue.
Well, there's a lot of Sword Art credits in this. English voice actor is Christina V. Valenzuela. I know how to say Spanish names, but I'm struggling. Okay. Young Donald Duck in the new DuckTales. Yeah. Robin Hill in RWBY. Is that like Ruby, or how do you say that?
RWBY.
RWBY.
I don't know.
The anime, it's like all capital. I don't know. Sheila and Beastars, Alicia in Sword Art Online, Kimiko in A Whisker Away, Rei Hino in Sailor Moon.
Haha. Okay. We love Rei. We stand.
Yeah. There's another Sailor Moon character in here, and you're gonna be really hyped.
Pretty sure Rei is Sailor Moon.
Fleck Turn. Oh, here we go. Fleck Turn. This is my other Sailor Moon person. That's the villain. Japanese voice actor Kazuya Nakai is Rorona Zoro in One Piece. Rodin in The Ninth Jedi in Star Wars Visions.
Yeah.
Akitaru Obi in Fire Force.
Is he in Fullmetal Alchemist? I feel like I'm sorry.
I think you might have said this, but I don't think I got that far into it. Because this was the really hard part about finding voice actors. They have 5 trillion credits.
Yeah, that's why it takes me so long to do my notes, because I'm skimming through all of their freaking credits.
I know!
Like,
that's
hours.
why I didn't finish these notes, because I was like, well, I can't.
It's okay.
I don't know if they might be. And then Tagoma in Dragon Ball Super, Borma in Ghost in the Shell. Their English voice actor is Robbie Daymond. Dorian Storm in Critical Role. Shout out to Critical Role! My brother Daniel loves Critical Role. And I love Matt Mercer.
I do too, because he is one of the craziest weirdos.
Levi Ackerman.
Yeah. And
Yusuke
Kitagawa.
That person has beautiful hair.
Jotaro Kujo. Seriously, 3 very just iconic weirdos, and we love them.
I know one.
Well, you will know Jotaro, and I'll probably make you play Persona 5, so you'll like that too.
Oh gosh, I feel so bad for people who play video games with me. Ask my brother, just jump! Okay. Stop hitting buttons and hit this button!
It's a turn-based RPG. It's not something that you can really mess up. You just have to think through it. Like, it's not that bad. You'll be fine.
Yeah, so is Lego Star Wars. I'm still stuck on level 1. I can't get off indoor. There's a tree that fell down. I'm stuck up both ways. You can't get through
a turn-based RPG? Bridget!
I can't get off the tree, and the AT-ATs are shooting me. Okay. So, Dorian Storm in Critical Role. Goro Akechi in Persona 5.
Shut up! I'm in love with Goro Akechi. Okay, so I bought Persona... Everyone, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go on all of my soapboxes today. Persona 5 is my favorite video game. I have played it 3 times, and if anyone's ever played Persona 5, you know it's 130 hours, so that is a really big time commitment that I have. But I had to play it 3 times because I did not unlock the secret ending with freaking Goro Akechi, who I am obsessed with. And then I went and I pre-ordered Persona Strikers. I paid the full $70 for that game, thinking that Goro Akechi was an official part of Persona 5, but he's not. He's part of Persona 5 Royale. So I did this for nothing. I am still stuck in the first level of the game. Bridget, stop making fun of me or I will murder you. I will murder you like Goro Akechi murdered the protagonist who he was in love with. I cannot deal with anything. I love Goro Akechi. So what's this guy's name again? Because he's my favorite ever.
Robbie Daymond.
Well, he did a great job. Thank you, Robbie, for everything you've done for me. I still quote Goro like every day of my life. So
he was Fleck Turn, the horrible villain.
Friends? Sorry. You think we're friends? I love it. I love you, Goro Akechi. I can't stop. Okay, continue.
Alright, he was also Grice in Attack on Titan. Moomin Rider / Magic Man in One Punch Man.
Shut up.
Also, I have a lot of questions about One Punch Man character names, because as I was reading them, I was like,
well, they're all superheroes.
Vaccine Man?
For the most part.
It's very interesting.
They're like weird superheroes. It's strange.
He was also Kurahashi in Sword Art Online, and Peter Parker Spider-Man in all those animated Marvel shows, basically. He's also Crollo Lucifer and Montreux and Hunter x Hunter, and here we go, he's Tuxedo Mask in all the Sailor Moons.
No! Tuxedo Mask was my very first love for no reason. He is the most useless man.
He's just so extra, and showed up
on
after
this
the fight was
planet.
done, and I loved him.
The most useless man on the planet. I cannot
Loved
wait
him.
until we watch Sailor Moon. Like,
I can sing
So
a song right
useless.
now. So hyped. Okay,
I'm like upset. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Burroughs/Bellows. They were credited as two different names. This is Lady Arrowfingers. Sometimes she was written as Barros, and sometimes she was written as Bellows in the credits at different sites. So I'm not quite sure what was happening here. Japanese voice actor Maria Issei. They have played Killua, Zoldyck, and Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, is she also Alphonse? Wait.
I didn't see that.
That might be the English voice actor.
Kyojiro Rengoku as a kid in Demon Slayer, Mugen Train.
Ooh.
R.I.P. Saku in Star Wars Visions, aka the Village Bride episode.
That's what it was.
Kikunogo in One Piece. Sasaki in Jujutsu Kaisen.
Sasaki!
Yuko Nishigori in Yuri on Ice.
Oh, shut up.
Isabel Magnolia in Attack on Titan. Now I googled, who's Isabel Magnolia? Oh, she's one of the ones that were brutally murdered in the forest when
Oh, is she the tree
Aaron...
girl?
Yes! She's Tree Girl! Thank you. Because I googled her and I was like,
I just think of Tree Girls with her backwards knees and her face
backwards knees, head, like... Yeah. That was her. I googled it. That was the first image, and I was like, "Oh,
Tree Girl." That's all I call her. I'm glad
that happened. Okay, English voice actor is Michelle Rojas. She's not credited on IMDb or anything. It's very weird. We're about to hit a bunch of those non-credited, which I kind of thought. So when the movie premiered, I saw a lot of voice actors saying on Twitter, "Hey, I can finally say it. I'm a voice of this. I'm a voice of this in the movie." And I was like, why are they having to say that? Shouldn't it? But now I'm seeing that they're not credited on anything. And I'm like,
that's weird.
This is really weird. So I don't know what happened there. English voice actor Michelle Rojas. She's Momo Saiwaki in Wonder Egg Priority.
Oh.
Saiwaki?
That show is so
Kiyomi in Attack on Titan. Marco in Black Clover, and basically does additional voices for anything you could ever think of. Was like, oh, so she probably does a lot of, I don't know. There's a few people on here that are like professional additional voices actors. The Serpenters, you know, we would have loved to have seen their name or heard their name in the movie. They're Rengoku Sanjuro in Demon Slayer Mugen Train. That's the little brother. Car in Star Wars Visions, the twins. Yuji Itadori in Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yuji's the main character of Jujutsu Kaisen. So there you go. We love
Jack/Fudge in Beastars.
Oh, Jack is the best friend of the main character in Beastars. That's all I know. Reiner
in Attack on Titan.
Shut up. My favorite character, Reiner.
Stupid Reiner.
I love him.
Sometimes I love him and sometimes I really hate him. It depends on the
adore
episode,
him.
really.
I adore him. He's the best character. Everyone can
Lil Pillin in Sword Art Online.
I don't remember.
Panacotta Fugo in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
I do know that name. Shoot, I don't know. Anyone from JoJo is amazing, so there you go. Facts.
It's written. English voice actor is Mike Himoto, not credited, and Haru in Seven Seeds is like the only thing, and I'm like, I don't know what that is. Leviathan, also would have loved to have known that really cool villain's name or seen more of that villain. Not credited on IMDb for either one of the voice actors. Japanese voice actor is Shogo Sakata. They are Danshi Sato in Fruits Basket. English voice actor is Marcus D. Stimac. Saito in Ghost in the Shell. Bergamo in Dragon Ball Super. And Tiger in My Hero Academia. Giovanni in Fire Force. Shimoguchi in Tokyo Ghoul. And Thomas in Attack on Titan. Or Tomas. Thomas? I don't know. Tomas? I don't know if it's because I'm Texan. I'm trying to say
so.
Tomas.
I think it's just Thomas.
Maybe it's Thomas.
They're very German.
But I was like, Tomas. No, I was like, I wrote it and I was like, Tomas. And I was like, wait, is it Thomas? And these I added because I knew they were in here. Inji Todoroki, aka Endeavor. I love him, even though he's problematic.
He's problematic. He's a problem.
Shout out to Bo Burnham.
I love Bo Burnham. I'm sorry.
Bo Burnham, please listen to our podcast. Japanese voice actor Tetsu Inada. So they were Juzo Kumiya in Jujutsu Kaisen.
Juzo Kumiya?
Juzo
Hold on.
Kumiya in Jujutsu Kaisen.
Juzo JJK. What is?
Who are you? Who are you? Who is it?
Juzo JJK. Who is your face? Oh. He got wrecked. He's not important.
So, another tree face girl.
Well, actually, we don't super know what happened to him, but he just got his world destroyed. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. He's voice actors also.
If you guys know, you guys know.
I love this credit name. Father Spider Demon in Demon Slayer. I was like, oh, that's the official credit name. I love that. Varys Tress in Promate.
Promare?
Oh, I wrote Promate. That makes it a little weirder. Oh, I still wrote Promate. Promare. It's autocorrecting. I see that now. Yeah, Varys in Promare. He's also Tilestone, Mr. One, and Daz Bones, and more voices in One Piece, because apparently that show has been on forever.
Thousands of years. Till the end of time.
Street Merchant in Attack on Titan. I wrote LOL. Just credited as Street Merchant. Fisherman in Food Wars. Tarkus in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Sajin Komamura / Love Aikawa in Bleach. And Roa in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Have we met a Roa? I don't think we have.
Hold on.
I didn't Google it, so
I'm Googling it right now.
And then also Mukatsu / Manton and Inuyasha. Have we met Roa?
Hold on. My internet is being
Internet,
dumb.
no! Let's see, Roa.
I know. Oh, we have. He's the cowman.
What?
That gets cut in half by Fuhrer Bradley. Little cowboy. Yeah.
Oh, it's the cow guy. Okay. That's why I don't remember. He's literally only around for 2 episodes. Okay. Aw, poor guy.
Poor cowman.
We loved him way too much for like an episode and a half character.
He cared about his little animal friends, and that's all. It was nice.
Okay. English voice actor for Todoroki Endeavor, Patrick Seitz, Homan in The Ninth Jedi. Okay, he's got a lot of Star Wars Visions credits. Homan in The Ninth Jedi, Musha in Akikari, Jedi in the Village Bride episode, and Trooper A in the Duel Star Wars Visions. So I was like, oh, okay, you're like in 5 of the 6 episodes. Cool. 9. He's raised in Beastars. Keith in Attack on Titan. I always forget how Attack on Titan has such generic names for some people. Egil in Sword Art Online. Haran in Fire Force.
Oh.
Tank Top Master in One Punch Man. Alright, you ready for this one?
Yes.
Dio Brando in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Shut your mouth. No wonder I love him so much.
The amount of times I've heard Dio when you and Michael were talking.
I can't tell you. I know that I'm a notorious villain lover. I know that about myself. I never thought I was. It's fine. But Dio Brando, there's just something about that super evil SOB that It's because I think he's just like a pure evil. Like there's nothing redeemable about him whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I really respect that about you.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so Yoshiyuki Miyazono / Angry Judge in Your Lie in April. So we'll find that out soon. Ira Gamaguri in Kill La Kill. Frankie / Kurobi / Rivers in One Piece. All of them have like voiced 12 characters. Uvojin in Hunter x Hunter. Sloth in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. So we haven't really got to hear Sloth talk, but apparently it's Endeavor.
Well, it'll be Endeavor for
Ishin.
you. Not for me.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Ishin Kurosaki in Bleach, and then I just stopped writing things down.
That's a lot.
Sky voices
everyone.
Everything.
Yeah. That's why I picked like 3 or 4 of the most important ones and I stopped.
I like couldn't stop because they were all like popular titles. I was like, oh my god.
It's a lot.
Clairvoyance. I didn't write down this actor's thing, so I'm just gonna read who they are. Japanese voice actor Yoko Hona. English voice actor Sarah Roach. Sorry I didn't look up your things. Really appreciate your work. Kigo Takami, aka Hawks. Endeavor. You thinking about me? Japanese voice actor Yuichi Nakamura. English voice actor Zeno Robinson. Zeno Robinson is Go in Pokemon GOH. Sokichi Oka in Skate the Infinity.
Damn right.
He's Sean, the Unboxer character in The Mitchells vs. the Machines. I'd put that in there because I love that movie. Onyan Kopon in Attack on Titan, a.k.a. he's like the one black character we have met in Attack on Titan, which is, I'm finding to be more problematic in anime as I watch that. There's not a lot of people
problematic. I'm sorry.
It's problematic. But he is the guy who just turned on all of them in this last season and put them all in jail while Aaron's up to his nefarious plans.
Way to spoil.
I think
I don't know that.
It was it's in like the third.
It's not. Shush.
Whoops. All right. Ogun in Fire Force. Bakun in Agretsuko. I love that show. Super Alloy Blackluster in One Punch Man. Jinya in Demon Slayer. And Lando in the Lego Star Wars cartoons. And Alan Albrecht in Ben 10. I used to love Ben 10 as a kid, so.
And American Dragon.
I had to throw that in there.
Those shows way too
much. And the Jonas Brothers sang the theme song.
It's so good, and it still gets stuck in my head for no reason.
We never got a good conclusion to American Dragon.
Right.
Jake Long,
or My Life as a Teenage Robot. Thank you very much. Worlds. There's so many good cartoons that never got anything good.
And they started getting, in-depth and complicated storylines, and Nickelodeon and...
While we're talking about it, whatever happened to the original Teen Titans? Why couldn't we have a good conclusion for that? You gave us Teen Titans Go to Tokyo, and you pretended like that was fine, but it wasn't fine. It's like that TikTok sound, where everyone asks me, and I have to pretend like I'm fine, but I wasn't fine.
I'm not fine. Yeah, because, Robin left the group, and, went rogue. Also, are we gonna address that?
Okay, I was about to get really DC nerd into that. They make Dick Grayson Robin, even though they definitely used the character design for Tim Drake, and they kind of used a Jason Todd storyline. I'm like, just pick your Robin. Seriously, just pick one. I'm sorry.
Pick your Robin.
Upsetting.
Just pick one. That's funny. Selene, I did not look up your things. Your character bothered me, but I'm sure you're an amazing voice actor. Your Japanese voice actor is Takuma Miyazono. English voice actor is Frank Todaro. Hiyazashi Yamada, a.k.a. Present Mike, a.k.a. Present Michael.
Presentation Michael. We love Presentation Michael.
Presentation Michael. Sorry.
How dare you?
Japanese voice actor was Hiroyuki Yoshino. I did not look up your things.
That's okay,
sorry.
because we know
English
you
voice actor.
From
one of our characters in Full Metal, but I don't remember which one.
I wrote it down because he's in this one too, so you're fine. We'll talk about him this week.
English
Next week?
This week.
Yeah.
Sometime. Listen, here we go. English voice actors Dave Trosco. I did look up his things. Gouch/Droit in Black Clover. Samuel in Attack on Titan. Veruta in Tokyo Ghoul. Litton/Headhunter in Overlord. Georgie Popovich in Yuri on Ice. Curve/lots of additional voices in One Piece. And he's also additional voices in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I couldn't see who else, but I saw additional voices. Here we go. Toshinori Yagi, All Might. Japanese voice artist Kenta Miyake. He is Scar/Garfield in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Eugene in Sword Art Online. Kakitas in Overlord. Mike Zacharias in Attack on Titan. Muhammad Adval in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
R.I.P. Freaking love Adval.
Zambai in One Piece. Here we go. English voice actor. Christopher Sabat.
No, Vegeta.
Vegeta in Piccolo in Dragon Ball. Ayami Soma in Fruits Basket. Arthur Watts in RWBY, which I keep pronouncing Ruby, and I don't think that's it.
I feel bad about that.
Maru Kun. I've heard it before, but I think we played a few episodes. Mamoru Kun/Danro in Fire Force. Yami Tsukiro in Black Clover. Vaccine Man in One Punch Man. Yugam in Overlord. Kits Woerman in Attack on Titan. Christoph Giacometti in Yuri on Ice. Jason
he was Christoph. Christoph is the most problematic character in Yuri on Ice, and sorry.
Don't tell me that.
You just wait. Continue.
Jason/Yamori in Tokyo Ghoul. Roronoa. I have so many O's and R's in this name. Roronoa in Zoro. Roronoa Zoro in One Piece. Gene Smilis in Code Geass. And Alex Louise Armstrong and Philip Gargantos Armstrong in Full Metal Alchemist.
That man sure knows how to make a name for himself. Can I just say that if you're gonna do anime voices, pick the 2 longest animes of all time and just stick with them forever. One Piece and Dragon Ball Z, they will never end. They will never end. This man will always have a job.
Never. Also, Pokemon. I didn't realize how much Pokemon spin-offs pieces and movies until I was going through voice actors and I was like, Pokemon Go this, Pokemon, and I was like, what is all this? And no voice for my BB Aizawa. And that's how I ended my voice actor notes.
Bro, so your voice actor notes were wonderful. They went on so long, though, that my bladder is bursting to a point where I might die.
Oh no, do we need to pause?
We do need to pause. I did really enjoy getting to hear those back to me, though, so I think maybe the next one we might have to have you read them to me again.
Beautiful. Okay, let's pause. Please hold. All right, we're back. Also, I love that... Wait, did it just undo the entire recording?
Shut up.
No, it didn't. Okay, it just did it as new. Woo! I'm not gonna hit that ever again. I thought it was like a pause button.
My whole
the whole time
butt just clenched. All of it. Just bad. That was awful. I almost had to pee again.
Woo! That was terrifying. My favorite part was when you were using the bathroom. I could hear little puppy paw prints following where you were going.
They followed me all the way down the hall.
I heard it. They do this by the camera. Click, 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 click.
They do this thing. Whenever Will's not home, they get really aggressive as they bark.
What great timing!
They get really aggressive towards anyone they think is coming in the house because they have to protect me because my husband's not here.
Yeah.
And then when
so sweet.
Like when Will's coming home, they like bark and scratch and whine. But when I'm coming home and Will's home, they get so quiet. So quiet because they know it's me. They're just like, that's Mom.
Oh,
it's
mother.
weird.
It's Mother.
And so
it's Mother.
It's really aggravating to record when Will's not home because they're so aggressive. But it's also better because then Will's not using the internet, and so it just works.
That is true.
Better.
It is nicer.
Yes.
All right. Should I read the Wikipedia detailed plot description, and then we go into our oh my gosh, I guess my parents are home and they went through the back door because all of a sudden this door just closed. And it terrified me. So if any of y'all saw that in the corner of my screen.
Just haunted. That's
just
all.
as scary for me. I'm a fan.
You shouldn't have said anything. You should have let them think that something horrible happened. Just like shut off the recording, like, oh no, they'll never see them again.
Like unfriended. That was like the most unflattering face I made.
That's fine.
All right, I can read through the detailed plot, and then we can just.
Okay.
I'll read through it quickly.
We're already at like an hour. Something.
I know. I just do this every time. I just really like
it's a lot.
Talking.
We're having a good time.
It was a moment.
I mean, it's my fault. I stopped to quote Goro Akechi and then tell you about how I was traumatized by a bird. So that's on me.
They were necessary to the plotline.
I think so.
Okay, Here we go. A cult known as Humorize, who worships the quirk doomsday theory, believing that quirks will eventually become so powerful they will bring about the extinction of humanity, have planted bombs all over the world filled with trigger gas, which kills quirk users by driving the quirks out of control. Their leader, Fleck Turn, plans to use these bombs to save humanity by killing the quirked population. After Humorize detonates its first trigger bomb, the World Heroes Association dispatches pro-heroes and UA High Hero Corps students to Humorize's targets in hope of disarming the remaining bombs. Izuku Midoriya, Katsuki Bakugo, and Shoto Todoroki are among those sent to the country of Otheon, the supposed main headquarters. None of the heroes find any trace of Humorize, and they're put on standby. During an outing, Midoriya, Bakugo, and Todoroki encounter a jewel robbery in progress. Todoroki and Bakugo pursue the villains, while Midoriya gives chase to the villain's courier, Rody Soul, a street urchin who took the job to provide for his younger siblings. Meanwhile, Alan Kay, a Humorize scientist, flees with an important briefcase, but is attacked by a Humorize agent, Barros, leading to a car crash near Midoriya and Rody's chase. Rody accidentally grabs Kay's briefcase and nearly gives Midoriya the slip, but he catches up. They are soon attacked by the police, but Midoriya escapes with Rody using Black Whip. Midoriya is publicly accused of mass murder and goes off the grid per Todoroki's advice. Midoriya and Rody make their way to the neighboring country of Clade, as Otheon won't have jurisdiction there. Midoriya sends a coded message about his new destination to Todoroki, who heads off with Bakugo to join him there. That night, Rody becomes homesick and secretly reports the briefcase to the police. The officers who come for the case turn out to be Humorize agents who attack him. Midoriya, having been woken up by Rody's bird companion, Pino, saves him but is wounded by Barros during the fight. Rody apologizes to Midoriya while patching him up, explaining that his father abandoned the family to join Humorize and that he and his siblings were ostracized as a result. The two are attacked at the Clade border by Barros, but are saved by Bakugo and Todoroki. Barros commits suicide by jumping into a ravine to evade capture. In the aftermath, Midoriya discovers a hidden compartment in the briefcase containing a puzzle which Rody played with as a kid. Rody solves it and finds a USB device with a data disk inside. The disk contains a message from Kay, who reveals that he and Eddie Soul, Rody's father, were first forced by Humorize to create the trigger bombs. The device contains a kill code for the bombs created by Kay and Eddie. Humorize announces that they will detonate their remaining bombs in 2 hours, forcing the deployed heroes to work through the ensuing global panic to find them. Midoriya and the others head to Humorize's home base with the device on a plane piloted by Rody. Bakugo and Todoroki deal with high-ranking Humorize goons, while Midoriya faces Fleck, whose quirk reflects whatever comes into contact with him. Midoriya is overwhelmed by Fleck's defenses. Rody arrives and seemingly betrays Midoriya by handing over the device in exchange for his siblings' safety. However, thanks to Pino, whom Rody had revealed to him earlier is actually his quirk, which expresses his true feelings and intentions, Midoriya realizes it's a feint and catches Fleck off guard. Realizing that Fleck's quirk has a limit to how much damage it can take, Midoriya pushes himself to one for all 100% and defeats Fleck with a barrage of punches. Meanwhile, Rody heads for the trigger bomb's control system, and despite being wounded by the laser defense system, he and Pino barely manage to insert the device in time. In the aftermath, Human Rise's surviving members are arrested, while the heroes are healed at the hospital. As Midoriya heads back to Japan, he and Rhodey bid a tearful goodbye to each other. Class 1A reunites back at UA, while Rhodey gets a job as a bartender and pursues his dreams as a pilot. And that is the description of My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission.
Your reading of the description was better than the whole movie. I'm very impressed.
I have a degree in talking.
I'm very impressed. I can't read that well out aloud anyway.
It's very stressful on the vocal cords.
Yeah.
Very stressful on the vocal cords to try and read dramatically.
It was good. It was good. I'm going to be completely honest with my full opinion about this movie. I didn't love it.
We don't work for Funimation yet, so do it.
I had a good time watching it. I mean, I'm a fan fiction writer. I love anything that's gayer than gay, like, openly. And this movie was definitely just the sexual awakening of Rhodey, which is this poor baby.
Rhodey and Midoriya's gay adventure road trip. Loved it.
And I'm in love with Rhodey. That's what this movie gave me, Rhodey. And as a fan fiction writer, I will forever be grateful because now I have a new character to ship Midoriya with, which is everything.
Yeah.
For me.
And sweet little Pino is a bonus.
So sweet. Love it. But I didn't think this was an excellent movie. So my favorite My Hero movie is the first movie. Yeah. It's almost canon. Well, none of these are canon, but it's canon compliant.
Yeah.
Like, it could fit right in if it wanted to.
So is this one, but it's like...
Yeah, but I don't know. I think that the first two movies give you a little more than this one, and also this movie's
second one is my favorite.
This movie's animation was inconsistent and dizzying. I call it the Haiku conundrum because Haiku season 4, the first half was great, and then the second half happened when COVID struck and it got weird. And I'm pretty sure this same thing happened to this movie. Like, you got some beautiful action shots, but honestly, most of them were really hard to follow. And I got my glasses because I had a hard time following action in movies, and I love movies so much. So these are supposed to help that, and this movie, it didn't. It did it anyway. And I literally wear glasses to keep that from happening. So you know that something is happening.
It was a lot all over the screen.
And it was a very okay movie. You didn't really get too much from anyone except for Rhodey, who's not a main character.
Rhodey was our best character development, and we'll probably never see him again.
Really hurts me because I love this child.
What a great character!
He's so sweet.
Yeah, and we'll never see him.
I'm sad, but I love anytime I just get to watch people fall in love with Midoriya because he deserves it. He's going to be an excellent hero. And I love when he becomes people's heroes. Like, I guess that's, the point of the show. But And
I love where, like, it takes it in the manga, which I won't say what it is, because spoilers, but, I mean, like, they do really well on writing that. And, like, that it almost cripples him that that's what he wants to do. And it's just, like,
I don't know. This movie was overall very disappointing to me as just an overall fan of My Hero. And I'm really not that hard to please. Again, I really enjoyed the movie. Like, I had a good time watching it, but it's not, I didn't need it. I could do without it. There's a lot of, there's one point in animation that I just cannot, and it's Todoroki and Bakugo go to meet up with Midoriya. They're standing on a train, they're in their normal clothes, they do a weird pan-up of Todoroki where his entire bottom half looks fine, but his face is obviously drawn by, like, a 2-year-old, and I'm just like, why would you do that?
Lauren called me after that and was like, what?
Because it's just, it's the problem with the animation that got me was the weird faces and the still shots. Like, action, I can forgive. Still shots, I'm like, bro, why would you do the boys so dirty?
Still shots are weird for a movie.
So, they really hurt Endeavor with some of the crazy things they did to his face. And I just... the characters were fine. The story was fine. It just wasn't well thought out. It was just fine. That was disappointing.
Yeah, the plot wasn't that great.
Okay.
So I wrote my thoughts down because I needed to write my thoughts down, or else I would just kind of ramble. Let's start by saying that My Hero Academia is probably my absolute favorite anime and manga. It's also my first. Like, my first real one that I got into. I enjoyed the movie because it was my first time seeing My Hero movie in theaters, and my first time seeing... The second time seeing an anime movie in theaters. My first one was Mugen Train back in March or April.
Freaking killer of a first anime movie. Jesus.
I know. And we had a private theater for it, so it's just like, wow, I'll never top that experience, will I? I enjoyed the first movie, seeing all of Class 1A being on a break, all happening to meet up on the island, and then having to save the adults. It gave me the All Might Midoriya team-up fight that I wanted, very dad and son, and it gave us more of All Might's history, his backstory, and his injury. And we also got more character development with the students when they're outside of the school, which I loved. Like the girls in the hotel room, dressing up, Red Riot, and Bakugo. Yeah!
And Midoriya's girlfriend, Melissa Shield. Voila.
I didn't really care for
Can I just say that Melissa Shield and Izuku have more chemistry than Ochako and Izuku, and I will fight to the death.
Oh, absolutely.
Really upsetting.
Ochako, they should just, if they want to make Ochako and Izuku flirt, just make them flirt.
They won't, because
we're tired.
In love with Bakugo
5 years.
Forever. It's just never gonna end.
That's okay. The second movie will always be amazing. It was the original ending of the manga that Kohi Hirokoshi had written and then had edited to be this one-off film. Bakugo and Midoriya both controlling One for All and then fighting a really big villain that was actually pretty well done, along with the others having to defend these children and save a whole island while the professional heroes couldn't get to them. It was amazing. We got to see smaller characters in 1A really shine, like, what's his name? The arm guy. We don't ever get to see him that much, and he rocked in that movie. Like, the way he, like, sacrificed himself to wrap the kids up, like, it was such a great movie. And I love when the 1A minor characters get to shine.
The Bakugo and Izuku team up that everyone wants. That's all we want in the movie, is for them to finally work together and be friends.
Right? And I wrote, and it gave us a banger of a soundtrack, an original song that still makes me cry. Like with the epic, like, score behind it. Like, this soundtrack for the third movie was nothing compared to the second movie soundtrack. Nothing. Even though it's the same composer, nothing. Now this third movie. It comes out right at a time when the anime is starting to get intense and leading up to a big pivotal plotline. And in the manga, well, it's just bonkers, and we're meeting new professional heroes that are also epic, that are quite epic, but the danger and death / changes that we've dealt with are also as epic in good and devastating ways. The movie was advertised heavily as the Three Amigos, picturing Bakugo, Todoroki, and Midoriya, but in the film, we hardly focus on Bakugo or Todoroki, and they're maybe with Deku for, like, 10 minutes of the film. They also advertise these new suits. They even talk about it in special released manga leading up to the film, that they get these new suits, and, well, in the first few minutes of the film, we see them in them, and they jump out of the plane. The rest of the film, they're in their usual clothes. Where did the suits go? The plot was meh. A bad guy wants to wipe out quirks by making them turn into their quirks, causing some people to turn to lizards, some to burn up by fire, etc., etc. This feels classic. I know they said they pulled inspiration from X-Men, but this just doesn't feel that dire in the film. We see one city get ravaged.
The idea of the villain group was good. It just wasn't done well.
But it just didn't plan out. It doesn't get executed well. It doesn't feel that dire in the film. We see one city get ravaged by this machine that does this, but then the rest of the time, it doesn't feel like it's much of a threat. Like, I mean, yes, all the heroes are out, but, like, I want to see people's lives getting wrecked. I want to see the importance of this.
If you're going to do this whole thing where quirks are being evil is a thing, and Izuku's going to save everyone, why not make it to where they try to use it on him, and he's like, no, I am quirkless. Like, I was quirkless.
Yeah!
They didn't mention that at all. And, like, at Izuku's core, he is still quirkless, and even in the manga, that's still important right now. Like, I don't get it.
And they threw in Black Whip, like he was really good at it, when he's still not that good at Black Whip, and I'm like...
Non-canon compliant. Non-canon compliant.
Now, in the middle of the film, Rhodey and Deku go on a gay road trip. Which is adorable. Honestly, I'd watch a rom-com of that.
Adorable.
Yeah, it was weird.
I loved it.
It was a weird but cute little break in the middle of the film. It did not help the plot flow, but like I said, give me that
Seriously
spin-off.
Though, super cute. Freaking Rhodey having his gay awakening in a cave, watching shirtless Izuku talk about how he wants the world to smile. I mean, how can you not fall in love with that little idiot?
Oh my gosh, sweet Izuku always saying that thing. All right.
I love the gay. I'm here for it. I just want them to hug and be friends. Sorry.
You sound like that character in Mean Girls. I just have a lot of feelings. All right, go home. The animation was choppy.
Yeah.
Animation was choppy. There were so many times during a bad action sequence that I felt like there were no detailed drawings on screen. I had trouble trying to see what corner of the screen I should focus on and who was where, and it just felt a little sloppy. There was no finesse into it. Character development was poor. We got a little bit of Rhodey, but his siblings were all literally locked in a house for the whole film. Deku didn't change at all. Todoroki and Bakugo didn't change at all. Actually, I think Todoroki got dumber.
The first...
Why did he send me his grocery list? And I'm like,
to Izuku, who has been called a murderer and been on the run, is you need to get better at your signals. Like, come on, dude. Your friend's dying.
And Bakugo doesn't even, seem to care when Bakugo, cares about every little thing that Midoriya normally does.
A little bit. Friendship.
Yeah, right? It's his name. And Endeavor didn't even care that his 3 pupils had just disappeared, and one was wanted for murder.
He's not a good father.
Or All Might just...
We know this.
I was like, or All Might just gasping from a remote command center. He would not have just stood there if Midoriya was missing, or he would have been flying over there right now.
That's all he can do, Bridget.
No, he would have gotten on a plane and it would have been over there because he's daddy.
He's not his dad, though.
He is his dad.
Not.
I will punch.
He's not his dad.
One punch more and. I wanted more character development with the villains too. We barely heard Barros' name. I kept calling her Lady Arrowfingers and didn't even know Leviathan and the Serpenter's name. And they were intense villains. They had great fights. But I didn't know who they were.
The Leviathan just stayed underwater with Todoroki for a while.
But he looked really epic.
I love how everyone's having these intense battles, and then we come back to Todoroki, who's just been underwater for 8 minutes. Just are you David Blaine?
I like when he was sloshed up on the rock, and I'm like, bruh.
Me too.
All right, yeah, I was so over Todoroki. I love Todoroki, but I was like, bruh.
This film did Todoroki dirty. It was not fair to Todoroki.
I know. Blackturn was the villain, and he was okay. So he wanted to start a cult. We didn't even see how he was convincing these high-ranked police officers and members to turn and join him so he can mirror and Deku can just smash his quirk out of him. What the heck? We've never seen that happen before. So some quirks are at a limit. Yes, we know but he's a mirror. He smashed the blue out of him. What?
He slapped the blue out of her hair. I thought that immediately. Did you? Because no one else got it.
But that's amazing.
I said it, and everyone was like, "What is that even from?" And I was like, "Scott Pilgrim versus
Pilgrim?
the World." And I just kept saying,
funny.
No one got it. But
that's so funny. I didn't think about that, but I'm going to only think about that now.
Out of her hair.
So Fleckturn is knives. Okay.
Yeah.
Deku's final fight was confusing. Yes, he used Black Whip, barely, which he had just learned from a vestige in One for All. But his fight almost looks like he was using other quirks, which in the anime he has not developed yet. I won't spoil anything from the manga, but if you've read it and then watched that, it kind of made you question what quirks he was using. And
I just think
the way he drew his quirks.
I just think he was using One for All like he did in the Overhaul fight. It didn't look any different from that to me.
Well, his little punchies in the air, but then suddenly they got to him,
and that was
sorry for all
that
the
was
listeners
very.
that just heard my bracelets.
I still think it was just the super poweredness of One for All. I don't think he was using any crazy quirks or anything.
Well, it bothered me.
Well,
I don't know. I really wanted to like this movie. It was slow paced. I was struggling to keep myself glued to the movie in the first half. I was really interested in my popcorn. And then the second half just kind of sped by without giving me much depth. And the show is at a point where you can't really just give us fluff. We're fully invested in deep and complicated storylines. So if you're going to give us a film, let it be canon. I want some emotional gravitas. I think they should have taken a note from Demon Slayer with what they did with Mugen Train. That's an example of a good show.
I don't think
doing a canon.
Honestly, if they had just done the whole war arc in a movie, that'd have been great. But
we're at a point right now, where if we're this season end with Shigaraki, I have this habit of keep referring to him as Shiggy and realizing people don't know what I'm talking about.
So you can call him Shiggy, whatever.
Shigaraki is Shiggy. Shiggy. It's much
Shigs.
easier to type. Shiggy, like, where he's at right now, if we just put it from this point on to a movie to where that little arc ends and they're all in the hospital area,
I don't know if I trust them to do that now, though. After this movie?
Now, no, but, like, Demon Slayer is, like, the perfect example because now they're giving us Mugen Train again, but with different perspectives. Like, they're filling in holes. Like, we had, like, an hour before. Okay. Well, they're not just cutting up the movie and repeating it. They're giving us more info. And I love how they're doing that. Yeah, it's really cool. And then they're going to give us the next chapter, like, this next season half. And I was like, this is beautiful. The movie is canon. We're developing more than, like, this isn't even info that we got in the manga that we're seeing right now. I love this. I don't know. And then my last two thoughts. I hate the way Salam runs. And why didn't Aizawa get a line in the film?
Ito wasn't even in the film.
Also,
I'm still hurt about that. He was just...
he was in that one image and
not there.
He wasn't even there. He was just a
UA. I was like, okay, you put literally everyone else in there. I do love how Kirishima's only line was, I wonder what Bakugo's doing right now. Randomly, too. Like, unprompted. Like, if that's not bro love,
yeah,
what is?
Kirishima is Bakugo's babysitter, and he knows it. So he's like, I'm not there with him, and he could be causing trouble. I wonder what he's doing right now.
There's no way you can trust anyone with Todoroki. That kid's an idiot. I love him.
Why did he send... Wow. I love Todoroki's... Why did he send me his grocery list? Like, I was like, I want to hit my head against the wall. Words can't change the taste of food.
I'm going across country now. And then the assistant was just like, okay.
Hey, bye, I won't tell your dad.
Okay. Anyway, the movie isn't horrible. It's fun.
It's still entertaining.
Not great.
It's just, I think the first and second movie were way better. I would rather have that as a fun episode, because that's what it was. It was the length of a little fun episode.
It was fine. It was fine. I didn't pay for it, so I don't care.
I didn't either. I think Ryan bought my ticket.
So there you go. Like, it was fun. I had a good time watching it. It just wasn't great. Out of, what would you give it out of 10? I give it like a very soft 6.
Yeah.
Like a 5.7 or a soft 6.
But see, like, Two
and
Heroes,
all of that 5 came from Rhodey. All of it.
2 Heroes was like a 9 for me. Like,
2 Heroes was like an 8.5 for me.
Gosh,
and then the first one was a perfect 10. I love it.
First one is great. I do love how much All Might is in the first one.
I just miss All Might, I think.
Story of my life, so Lauren. Story of my life. And we're in arcs now that we don't get to see him for like maybe another 2 years in the show.
Ever. Yeah.
Don't you say ever.
That's
Don't you say ever. Don't you say ever. Alright, anyway, so this was supposed to be a short bonus episode.
It's like an hour and 30 minutes.
Which is about
shorter than Star Wars.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And we got 2 more episodes to record tonight. Anyway, so this is our thoughts of, what is this movie called? Full Metal, I mean, not, My Hero Academia.
My Hero Academia World Heroes Mission.
You can watch it in theaters right now still in some places. It'll be coming probably on Funimation in the next few months. February 22nd is when it's releasing on Blu-ray in Japan. I'm not sure when United States is getting it. Probably around that same time. But yeah.
Yeah, like, watch it if you want to, but it's not important.
But if you haven't watched the other 2 movies, definitely give those a watch, because they're great. And buy the soundtrack for the second one.
Watch this one first, and then watch the other 2, because they're so much better.
That's true.
Watch this one first, so you can be like, okay, and then watch the other 2, and be like, oh no, this is great.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Alright, well, we love anime, and we love you. So, good night!
Bye!